Transitioning into fall means new schedules, busier days, and a shift in our daily rhythms. It's exciting, but it can also feel overwhelming. Today, I'm going to talk about how to reset your fall routine in a way that feels good and actually works for your real life. I'll show you how to create routines that help you get more done, spend quality time with the people that matter to you, and still have energy left over for yourself at the end of every day. Hi, I'm Scarlett Cochran, and this is One Big Happy Life, where we help you find balance, build wealth, and live happy. Everything that you need to create the life that you want. Fall is one of my absolute favorite times of year. The changing of the seasons fills me with a sense of new possibilities. September is actually one of those times of year where we have that fresh start effect. I did a whole video on this, and the idea behind the fresh start effect is that we're primed to make big changes in our lives. Plus, there are so many fun holidays and activities that only happen during this time of year. But this is also one of the busiest seasons, and especially coming on the back of summer, where my routines took a summer vacation, it's almost like I'm building them back from scratch every single year. And maybe that's you too. That's why resetting your routine for fall really matters. Your daily routine touches every part of your life. It affects how productive you are at work, how much quality time you have to spend with your family, even how you take care of yourself. When your routine is off, everything feels just a little bit harder. But when you have a routine that works for you, you're able to focus on what really matters. You have time for family dinners, for your workout, for that side project, maybe that business you've been wanting to start. You feel more in control of your day instead of constantly playing catch up. Creating a new routine isn't about overhauling your entire life overnight or planning every minute of your day. It's about identifying the key areas where you need structure, like your morning routine or your work to home transition, and then making targeted improvements in those areas. For example, you might create a 15-minute evening routine to prep for the next day, or establish a weekly meal planning session to reduce the weeknight stress. I am a huge fan of weekly meal prep. It makes a huge difference in how our weeks flow. This is just a few examples of how focused changes can really improve how your days flow, giving you more time and energy. Now, before we dive in, I've created a free fall routine reset workbook to help you put everything we're going to be talking about into action. It's packed with practical exercises and planning tools to help you create routines that actually stick and that work for the life that you have now. You can download it for free by clicking the link in the description box. Now, let's talk about how we can make this fall transition work for us, not against us. Number one, set aside time to plan. The first thing you need to do, and it's something people often forget, is to set aside dedicated time to work on your routines. It's easy to think you can just make changes on the fly, but that's rarely how it works. So block out an hour or two on your calendar just for this. Treat it like any other important appointment. This time is for you to focus on creating routines that will make your life easier and more enjoyable. During this planning time, you're giving yourself space to think without distractions. You can really dig into what's working in your life, what's not, and how you want things to change. It's like pressing pause on your busy life so you can step back and see the big picture. For me, I prefer to plan on Sunday mornings before everyone wakes up. The house is quiet, and I have time to sit and really reflect on what's coming up on the week ahead. I actually did a whole video about how I plan my week, which I'll link to down in the description box. It's a great resource if you want to dive deeper into weekly planning. Step two, figure out what really matters to you. Now that you've set aside to plan, let's talk about what really matters to you. This isn't about vague goals like be more productive or get organized. It's about connecting with what truly matters in your life. Think about how you want your days to feel. Do you want more calm in your mornings, more energy for your kids after work, more time for hobbies, side projects? Get specific about what a good day looks like for you. This step is crucial because it taps into your true motivations. When you're clear on what really matters to you, you're more likely to stick with your new routines, even when we run into the inevitable bumps in our schedule. It's the difference between forcing yourself to do something because you think you should and making changes because you genuinely want a different outcome. When I think about how I want to feel this fall, I know I really want to feel intentional about how I'm spending my time. I want to be able to plan for all of the fall activities we love and balance Reeves' school and sports life. He has team practices 4 days a week. Plus, I'm giving him extra academic enrichment at home, like I always do. Of course, I also want to make sure that I'm able to play a lot of tennis while also creating a work schedule that helps me accomplish all of the goals I've set for my business this year, plus laying the foundation for my business year in 2025. Step three in resetting your fall routines is to take a good look at your current routine. Before you start changing things, you need to understand what's actually happening in your days right now. Where do things fall apart? When do you feel most stressed or overwhelmed? Are there times when you're constantly feeling like you're not meeting your own expectations? This isn't about judging yourself or feeling bad about what's not working. It's about getting a clear picture of where you are so you can figure out where to focus your energy. Maybe your mornings are chaotic, but evenings run pretty smoothly. Or maybe you're great at getting work done, but struggle to find time for yourself. Be honest with yourself here. The clearer you can be about what's not working, the better equipped you'll be to make changes that really matter. My current routine could definitely use some tweaking, especially with Reeves being back to school. We really do need to have a sit down and coordinate all of our schedules between tennis, gym, school, etc. And the big thing for me, as always, is getting to bed on time. During the summer, it's less of an issue because we can always sleep in if we stay up a little bit later. But with Reeves back at school, everything needs to shift earlier. So if I go to bed late, I can't steal time back from my morning. So I've got to fix it in order for my life to work outside of summer. What's working really well for me right now is my work routine. I've been using theming to arrange my work week, and it's made a huge difference in how I feel in my business and what I'm able to get done in a day and in a week. So, what's not working? Our bedtime routine. And my workout routine isn't really working either. I play tennis 4 to 5 days a week, but I need to make time for weight training. Our mornings run pretty smoothly, but our evenings and weekends don't have the structure we need yet. So that's something that I'm going to be focusing on as I'm resetting my fall routine. Step four, choose your areas of focus. Now that you know what matters to you and where things are falling apart, it's time to choose your areas of focus. While it might be tempting to try and fix everything at once, that is a surefire way to burn out and give up. It's too much. Instead, we're going to have to identify 2 to 3 key areas where making changes will have the biggest positive impact on your life. Remember, we are resetting our routines for fall, and fall will be over before we know it. So we need to make meaningful changes in multiple areas to really feel the difference. But we're still being strategic. We're not trying to overhaul every single aspect of our lives. Think about which areas, if you made improvements, would make your days run smoothly and align better with your priorities. Maybe it's your morning routine or your after work transition or your weekend planning. Or maybe it's your meal prep system, your bedtime routine, and your work productivity habits. For me, I'm going to be focusing on our evening routine, specifically getting all of us to bed on time. So, what happens between when Reeves gets home and when we all go to bed? I'm also going to look at our weekend structure and my workout routine, particularly incorporating more weight training and how I can fit it into my work schedule, because I really don't think it's going to fit in the evenings. Step five is to break it down into specific steps. Once you've chosen your focus areas, it's time to get granular. What do you want to change in each area? Break it down into clear, doable actions. Instead of having, quote unquote, a better evening routine, your steps might be start bedtime routine 30 minutes earlier or prepare school bags the night before. The more specific you can get here, the better, because this gives you the clarity to help you know exactly what you need to do, which makes it more likely that you'll actually do it. For me, I know that I need to take an inventory of our current obligations, so what we said that we're going to do, what we've already committed to doing, and also the things that I want to do and need to do every evening. Then I need to look at the time that we have to see what's actually realistic. So, reaching my goal of getting us to bed on time might involve cutting back on some things or shifting some things to the weekend so that we have time for other things during the week. It might also mean taking a look at our systems and routines to see what's working and what needs to change. From there, I can pick the things to change that will have the biggest impact on our evening routine and just focus on those. Don't worry about getting it perfect. You can always adjust as you go along. The goal is to have a clear starting point for each of your focus areas. Step 6, start small and build gradually. Now that you have a list of specific steps to focus on in each area, it's really tempting to try to implement everything all at once. But remember, we're playing the long game here. Start with just one or two small changes in each area. Maybe you focus on setting out clothes the night before for your morning routine, or implementing a 10-minute tidy up for your evening routine, or planning one fun family activity on the weekends. Once these small changes feel comfortable, then you can add on another step in each area. The gradual approach might feel slow, but it's actually the fastest way to creating lasting change. It allows you to build habits one at a time, which is much easier on your brain and your willpower and your time. Plus, each small success really builds your momentum and your confidence to help you make the next change. Step 7, use tools to make your life easier. As you're building your new routines, look for tools and systems that can make your life easier. We all have enough to remember without adding a bunch of new tasks onto our mental load. Think about where you tend to get stuck or where you forget things. Maybe you always forget to check the weather when laying out your clothes, or you struggle to remember what after-school activities are happening each day. There's probably a tool or system that can help. This might be setting reminders on your phone, using a shared family calendar, or creating a weekly meal plan template. I actually do all three. The goal is to find ways to reduce the mental effort that's required for you and your family to stick to your routines. Step 8, stay flexible. As you start implementing your new routines, pay attention to what's working and what's not working. Your routine should make your life easier, not more stressful. If something isn't working, then don't be afraid to change it. Maybe you thought you'd love working out in the morning, but you're finding it impossible to drag yourself out of bed early. That's okay, and maybe work on the bedtime routine. The goal isn't to force yourself into a routine that looks good on paper but actually makes you miserable in real life. It's to create a flow to your days that actually works for you, that feels natural eventually, that's easy to sustain. Be willing to experiment and adjust. This flexibility is what's going to allow you to create routines that are sustainable in the long run versus making huge changes that you're not able to stick to. Step 9, track your progress and celebrate your wins. Lastly, you're going to want to keep track of how you're doing with your new routine. Keeping track of your progress is important because it's how we know if what we're doing is actually working for us. But it doesn't have to be complicated. One approach I really like is to make a note at the end of each day about what went well. This could be as simple as writing down one thing that worked in your new routine. Maybe your morning went smoother than usual, or you managed to stick to your noon bedtime. I like this method because it allows for a more flexible and growth-focused way to measure success. Instead of just checking off whether or not I did a thing, whether or not I completed the routine, I get to acknowledge the progress that I'm making even on days when everything doesn't go as planned. Of course, if you prefer a more structured approach, you can also use a normal, simple check mark system. Did you complete your morning routine? Check. Did you stick to your evening wind down? Check. Did you get to bed on time? Check. The key is finding a tracking method that works for you and helps you stay motivated. Most importantly, though, don't forget to celebrate your wins, no matter how small. Did you manage to have dinner as a family one extra time this week? Celebrate. Did your new morning routine help you start the day feeling calm instead of frazzled? Celebrate. Acknowledging your success, no matter how small, helps you feel motivated. It also trains your brain to associate new routines with positive feelings, making you more likely to stick to them. Remember, the goal here isn't perfection, it's progress. It's about creating a flow to your days that helps you focus on what really matters to you. Every small step you take is moving towards a calmer, more organized fall season, which equals a calmer, more organized, more enjoyable life. Okay, we've covered a lot today about resetting your fall routines. Remember, this isn't about creating a perfect schedule that you follow robotically. It's about intentionally shaping your days to support what matters most to you and your loved ones. As you're working through your new routines, be patient with yourself. Change takes time, and it's okay if things don't go perfectly right away. Keep focusing on your priorities, adjust as needed, and celebrate every step forward, no matter how small. And remember, to help you put all of this into action, I created the free fall routine reset guide. You can find the link down in the description box. It covers every step we talked about today. You can download it for free, and it's a great companion to this video to help you create the routines that truly serve you. Download it, watch the video again, fill it out. Now, I'd love to hear from you in the comments below. What fall routine are you most excited to be working on? Share it in the comments and let's support each other in creating routines that truly serve us. Until next time, here's to creating a fall season that feels good and works for you. I'll see you next time. Bye.